Today I'm at Silverburn Shopping Centre in Glasgow, where Tesla invited me to get up close with the Tesla Cybertruck. And honestly, it transported me back to 2014 when I first experienced the Tesla Model S. It's exciting and it's something so different from what we're used to. When it was first announced, I have to admit, I didn't like it. But over time, and especially now that I've sat inside it, it's completely changed my mind. There's only one problem. Right now, this truck is basically illegal to drive on European roads. So today, I'll show you what it's actually like in person, why Europe currently says no, and how a company in Switzerland might be the ones to finally get it approved. I arrived at 10 AM and already people were lining up to see it. By past, it was getting hard to even walk around it. And that tells you something. Love it or hate it, the Cybertruck is a people magnet. The first thing that hits you is the size. Photos really do not prepare you. This is a huge vehicle. It's long, it's wide, and it has the most sci-fi presence to it, like a low-poly video game truck brought to life. Now, I'll be honest, originally I didn't like the design, but standing here, seeing the angles, the stance, it's different. It's not pretty, but it's impressive and it makes sense when you see it in person. This is now the third time Tesla have toured the Cybertruck around the UK, and although some could speculate that's because it's coming to the UK, it's more of an incredible marketing tool to draw a crowd and educate people about Tesla's European products. There are still some dates in December, so if you go to tesla.com/events to see if the Cybertruck will be near you soon. Inside is where everything shifted for me. You open the door and suddenly it's airy, open, and kind of calming. The huge glass roof and minimal dash and massive cabin space, it feels like a futuristic living room more than a truck. The seats are really comfortable, the space is generous, and the whole cabin has this simple but industrial vibe. No chrome, no nonsense, it's an enjoyable place to sit. I kept thinking, if it was actually allowed in the UK or EU, I could genuinely see myself driving one. But here's the hard truth. As of right now, the Tesla Cybertruck cannot legally be sold or registered as a normal passenger car in the EU or the UK. And the barriers are big. And some of them are exactly because of the design that makes the Cybertruck what it is. Number one, it has no EU type approval. Every car sold in Europe has to pass a long list of safety compliance tests, and Cybertruck hasn't. And in its current form, it basically can't. Number two, the rigid stainless steel body. EU pedestrian protection rules require vehicles to have soft, energy-absorbing areas on the front and sides. And the Cybertruck is the exact opposite. It's hard and has edges that regulators say are too sharp for pedestrian safety. Number three, some versions of the Cybertruck may exceed the EU's 3.5 ton limit for normal passenger vehicles. Go above that and the vehicle may require a different driving license, different safety systems, or speed limitations. Put that all together, that means that even if you import one privately, many countries won't register it. And without EU approval from Tesla themselves, it might not happen anytime soon. But here's where things get interesting. A company in Switzerland called Teslab is actively trying to bring the Cybertruck to European roads. They've imported US spec Cybertrucks and are testing and modifying them with European certification bodies. They're working on things like pedestrian safety tests, lighting compliance, braking tests, noise limits, all the boring but necessary stuff that Europe requires. They've said publicly that their goal is within reach, and that's a big deal. They're even working on European charging capability, things like CCS adapters, Type 2 support for home charging, but, and this is an important one, even they admit this is not the same as Tesla officially supporting the Cybertruck in Europe. Spare parts would be on special order, repairs would take longer, and costs would be high. Their pricing is a little eye-watering, but so is the engineering challenge. And the fact they are even attempting this gives a tiny bit of hope to people who want one legally on EU roads. So would I buy a Cybertruck? Surprisingly though, yes. It's grown on me massively, inside especially. The space, the openness, simplicity, it feels different from every other EV out there in a really good way. But realistically, even if Teslab succeeds, this is not your average daily driver for narrow European roads. It's huge, it's wide, and parking it in most UK towns would be a challenge at times. Although it is a similar size to a lot of vans. But as a lifestyle vehicle, for road trips, rural driving, hauling things, or even just owning something that's incredibly distinctive, Yeah, I can see the appeal. I just wouldn't rely on fast, cheap repairs, and until Tesla themselves pursue EU approval, this will remain a rare, expensive niche import at best. Seeing the Cybertruck in person definitely changed my perspective. It's weird, it's bold, imperfect to some people, but it's also fascinating, surprisingly practical inside, and honestly, I kinda like it. The big question, should it come to Europe? Let me know in the comments, would you want a Cybertruck if it became legal here? And would you actually drive it in the UK? If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.